Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Organize the Collection live stream, episode 2. And for those of you guys who aren't familiar or didn't see the last stream, long story short, I recently moved. I'm a big collector, and during the moving process, the collection kind of got shuffled due to just being in a hurry, got shuffled, and so now we're in the new place. I've started setting up a little bit, and some of the collection has been unboxed and put out on shelves, but I also have a large amount of it still um, that needs to be going through, organized. And when we moved, it just got put into boxes really quickly and not in an organized way. Excuse me for a second, guys. I'm going to kind of fiddle with the cameras a little bit. And so what I wanted to do was just spend some time going through reorganizing my collection, and I thought it would be fun to do it on a live stream. We're just going to I got a giant stack of moving boxes that I got to go through, and I was just going to start opening them and going through them, and I really got it broken down into 3 categories. I got Black Series 3 3/4 inch figures, which is pretty much mostly vintage collection, and then other, which is anything other in my collection that doesn't fit in those 2 categories. So I have a giant stack of boxes off to the side of me here, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start grabbing them, and we're going to go through them and just organize and chat and talk about them and collect about what's in the collection and everything. So, all right, let's start going through them and see what we can find out. So, okay. Okay, so I kind of know what this one is. And yeah, this is, it's kind of a lot like being on Christmas morning, opening boxes. But what this one is, I recognize it, is it goes back to what I was talking about last week, where I was telling you guys that one of the things me and my wife have gotten into lately is garage sailing and Goodwill and stuff like that. So this is a box of stuff, merchandise I've picked up either at a Goodwill or a garage sale. So, and we'll start out with, and to be honest, I didn't buy all of these things. Sometimes my wife goes on her own and comes back with stuff, and oops, I just have a hard time saying no to anything Star Wars. So one of the things she picked up was this Star Wars cap, and you can see it's all sparkly and has this, I don't know how well it's coming across on camera, but it's glittery and sparkly. So that's pretty cool. And then it came with, clearly for someone smaller than me, a set of gloves that also say Star Wars in gold glitter, and the fingers are cut off, so they're kind of cool looking gloves. So it's interesting. Definitely goes into the other category. And this was another thing that's kind of cool. This is a glassware set, and this wasn't a garage sale. This was actually a Ross find for a sales price tag on it, $6.99. But it's 4 shot glasses. It's got the original trilogy artwork on it from the original trilogies, and you've got A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Then there's a 4th glass that just says Star Wars on it. So it's like a little shot glass collection of Star Wars. So that was a cool little find. All right. Okay, we'll deal with you in a minute. Death Star coffee mug. Who doesn't need this? So this was, I believe, a garage sale find, used, but it was in good condition. So pretty cool. Definitely in other category. Okay, so This is something I was just using to store other items in, but it's just a little plastic The Force Awakens cup. And this is actually one of my old purchases from way back when the prequels were coming out. And it's just it was a set of 4 I got, and it has a Chewbacca and Yoda on it from Revenge of the Sith. But it was 2 green ones, and there was a red one. I had Darth Vader, and I believe I might have it in here. A Stormtrooper on it, but it was like a coffee mug set, and the other set was red and black. So it's pretty cool. All right, and going from, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like Family Guy stuff or something, but it is a Darth Vader, I believe, goblet, and you can see it's like a cup on the inside, and it only goes down to about his neck, and then it just says StarWars.com galleries. I do not see anyone else's logo on it, but it's a cool little Vader cup. So, and again, it turns into one of those things when you're a big Star Wars fan and collector, and you start to have people know that about you, and family members and friends, and when a birthday or holiday comes up, these are the kind of gifts you get. So I'm starting to accumulate quite a bit of Star Wars coffee mugs and things like that. Because here is another one. This was a garage sale pickup. I remember picking this up a couple months back. It's just got it's a big one. Stormtrooper with the Imperial emblem on the back, black on the inside. So, but as you can see, many things of cutlery. And this wasn't a garage sale find either. It's just a bad habit I have of when you find a good deal at the store, and this was Ross, and honestly, we'll probably pay too much for this. It was $8.99. But it's a noodle bowl with Grogu on it, and it came with chopsticks. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it just says num 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 on it. So this was a Ross pickup, and yeah, you can find things, especially around the holidays, action figure wise and stuff, at Ross. So, and this was a garage sale find. It's a strawed cup, and the top is a little snack holder. Got a little dish in there. It just says R2 and 3PO on it. It's their little logo that's popular and familiar. So that was a cool little find. And this is part of the thing about finding things in garage sales. Sometimes you don't know what they are. And I believe these are R2-D2 ice cube trays. So there's little, I think that's what this is. I'm not totally sure, but it's little cutouts of R2, and I think you make ice cubes with them. So I thought that would be interesting. And then another coffee cup. It just says the child, the force is strong, with this little one, black and white. Same image on both sides. So yeah, I should start really should start a coffee cup collection. It's starting to get out of hand. And this is an interesting little one. This is a 2-sided coffee mug that side has a sticker on it, but one side says come to the dark side, and the other side says come to the light side. But what's interesting is the cup isn't all the way down. The bottom is right here in the middle, so you can fill it up. It only goes that deep on the dark side, or you flip it over, and it's in the light side. So it's 2 cups in one, kind of, I guess. And unfortunately, yeah, this was a garage sale find, and I know why, because it's got chips on it. So, all right, that is it for the mugs right now. Okay, and I believe this. I'll be honest, I don't know where this came from. It says Kohl's on the back, and it's a Star Wars ring, and I'm not much of a jewelry wearer, but it just has a It's like silver and black, and it has a little stormtrooper head on it. So, but it's in a little magnetic box. Got Kylo. It's got the artwork from Force Awakens on it. So very interesting. Okay, and this was actually part of a set I bought a long time ago, and the pieces are kind of scattered, but it's actually it was when we first had our son, and when everyone's buying you things for small children, you get the little plate and cup sets. Well, someone got us a Darth Vader set, and the only thing I have left from it right now, the rest of it's in other boxes, is this little spoon with a plastic handle. It's just got Vader on it. So, but I believe there's a cup and a plate and a bowl that came with it. And so, this was a Christmas gift I got several years back. And it's a Boba Fett watch that looks like a military watch, kind of. And it's digital inside. You just can see there's a picture of Fett in there. I believe it's from Empire Strikes Back. And digital, I don't have the batteries in it right now, but the problem with this is when you buy stuff like this, you see how small I gotta get a new band for it, but the band says Star Wars, and there's no way this fits my wrist, so it's just kind of something like stuck in a box, but it's Boba Fett watch, so. Alright, and then we have from here, I think this was, if I remember correctly, this was one of the McDonald's Happy Meals toys, and it's Boba Fett is a little, and it's not a bobblehead. It looks like one, but it is a squirt gun. So he's got a little button on the back. Well, there's a little slot on the back of his head. You fill up with water, and then there's a button on his backpack right here, and you push it, and out of his wrist gauntlet, he has a little squirt gun. So it's a little squirt gun Boba Fett. Alright. So. Okay, it's kind of embarrassing how dirty this is. But this is a little, this is something I bought back when the Phantom Menace was in theaters. And it's Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, I believe is the name of his ship. But at one end of it's a little suction cup that you stick on your windshield or a mirror or something like that. I had it on my windshield of my truck for the longest time, so when I drove around, this was. But yeah, it's actually I believe it's a micro machine. It's one of the micro machines, and they just put a little thing so you can hook a wire to it. So that's a fun little get. And then so. If you guys watched the episode last week, and I was talking about, I had this Han Solo figure that it wasn't a figure; it was more like a little statue, and it was missing pieces. And I was telling you guys a story about the flea market I went to, and there was a guy there selling a bunch of used old action figures, and he would just kind of put 5 or 10 of them in a little plastic bag and bag them up and sell them. Or he would have like a bin full and be like 2 for $3 or something like that. Well, this was another one of the figures I pulled out of there. It's Savage Opress, and it's his 3 3/4 inch, out of the box, no accessories, no lightsaber, no nothing. It was just a figure, and I saw him sitting there in the bin, and I was kind of like, gotta save him. So I saved Savage. I have this figure in the box. I just haven't opened it yet, but I don't know. I just got this thing when I'm going to a flea market and I see people selling toys and I see the Star Wars stuff in there and I feel like I got to save him. So, all right. So he will probably go in my 3 3/4 inch box, but I need to come up with a better solution for loose open figures like that. And so the last 2 things we have in here were some garage sale pickups that somebody bought, and you can tell they just didn't keep up with them, but I snagged them. But these are the Micro Machines, and I got one behind me. I just dropped a figure. Okay, so it's Action Fleet. I'm trying to. It was the packaging that looked like this, and this is still in the box, obviously, but this is from the same line. This is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and when you bought these, they come with a stand for the ship on the bottom, and then they also came with a little, very small figure that was about that big that you could actually put into the vehicle. So, but that was just a loose find at a garage sale. I didn't want to miss out on it, and I wanted to save it. So, and then this is the same thing from the same line. It's the snow speeder from Empire Strikes Back, but you can see it's got like a bent cannon on the front, and there should be a little landing gear on the bottom that's popped out and is missing. And yeah, same thing. You should, I believe it came with 2 figures. I have this one opened, but there's a little cockpit in there. You can see you put two little guys. So, but yeah, and then the rotating cannon and the air brakes work on it too. So, but yeah, this is a, like I said, I just feel like when I see them getting abused, I gotta save them. I gotta take them out of the wilderness and give them a good home. But so that's a lot of dishes and cups and things like that. But again, as I was saying, it's just one of those things you start accumulating when you collect over time, and when your friends and family realize how easy it is to shop for you on Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. So, but I do not mind. So, okay, so all of that except for Savage is going to go in the other category. So, but that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do this, is because my collection is so unorganized right now. It's kind of hard to find what I'm looking for if I want to do a video on a particular figure. I can't find him, and so that's why I need to do this. So real quick, I'm going to put this one to the side. We'll just stick it under here, and we'll grab the next one. Alright. Okay, so this one's kind of fun. So, alright. This is, I believe, the most recent version of, I think it was for the Rise of Skywalker, the most recent Happy Meal attempt from McDonald's. And I actually have some of the actual Happy Meal boxes that are flattened, but you can see the artwork on them is from the Rise of Skywalker. And I don't think I got all these. I don't know how many box variations there were of the Happy Meal box, but this one has Aladdin and some Disney princesses on one side, and then it's just got a little shooter game for the toys that come with the Happy Meals. But this is another one, and we don't really go there that much anymore, but at the time my family was doing a lot of McDonald's eating, so we were picking these up a lot. But here's one that's got fins, a cartoon of Finn, and then a picture of some of the cast. So, but in the rest of the box is unopened Happy Meal toys that do all kinds of different things. Like this is gosh, I can't, Zori Bliss. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was the Carrie Russell character from Rise of Skywalker. It's a little toy with her. I'm not going to go through every single one I have, but you can see I have a box full of the Happy Meal toys. There's a Poe Dameron, something, BB-8. There was, I think this, oh, okay, here's the Boba Fett one. And yeah, he's not in Rise of Skywalker, but they would just, once they start doing the Star Wars promotion, they'll kind of just start doing all the characters. But yeah, it's One toy's a little Sith Trooper. But these ones, like, some of them shoot little discs. Some of them... I wanted to say I thought that's where that Boba Fett squirt gun came from, but I do not think it's the same line. But believe it or not, I've actually run across people in the toy world who collect Happy Meal toys. And I had a friend of mine years ago. You would go over to his house, and this is back when I was in high school. And we'd go down to where his dad had his computer and his office set up. But his dad had these like 3 or 4 shelves on the wall above his computer that was full of nothing but Happy Meal toys. But it was like the ones from Burger King or you know, every restaurant that sold kid toys. He had a ton of them, but he was real big into collecting Happy Meal toys. So, but believe it or not, there is a fan base for that. So let's grab another one. All right. Okay. This one's kind of funny. This falls under the category of other for sure, but it also falls into the category of it's really hard to pass up a good deal. And so what this was is a bunch of Star Wars plushies. I believe these were being played with by my cat. So I got a cat here, but they're plushies, and they were out around the time of The Rise of Skywalker, and they are, it's saying on here they're Walgreens exclusives, but I don't know if that's true. But we got these at Walgreens, believe it or not. And I'm not a fan of the store exclusives. I wish I would stop doing that, to be honest with you. But this is one of the Praetorian Guards. It's a plushie. It's Galactic plushies. Fun. It is a Funko, okay. But they were just on clearance. I think we got them for $2 or $3 a piece. But I got a box full of them. Praetorian Guard, BB-8, another Praetorian Guard. I believe this is BB-9E. I think his name is. I got 2 of these guys. I just want to see if his name's actually on here. Do not see it. But anyway, the didn't really have a big role in the movie. I think he was supposed to have a bigger role in The Last Jedi, but I think his scenes might have got cut or edited out. But it's a roller ball droid like BB-8. It's just the First Order's version of it. Okay, so I got some Han Solo and Rey. Then we got a Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke. And then pretty sure, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Phasma. I think it's just it's one of those troopers with the black stripe on the helmet. But yeah, just a box full of plushies. That's it. That's all of them. Yeah, I'm not a big plushie collector, but yeah, again, it falls under that category. Too good a deal to pass up, and it had Star Wars on it, so it made it into the collection. But I don't actively go out looking for plushies, and it's funny because they're Funko, and I know that Funko's been in the news a lot lately about they're having some troubles. And I can proudly say, as a collector and being a collector for many, many years, I do not own one single Funko Pop. 0. So, except I own Funko stuff, but not the Pops. So, all right, let's grab another box to see what we find. Okay, I know what this is. These are actually figures that I've reviewed on the channel, and they're all Force Awakens figures. But I do still have the cards for them. I just took them out of the bubble, and the cards are saved over there, but it's just a lot of the Force Awakens figures bagged with their accessories. There's 3PO with the red arm. And some of them were these, I tried to get all these. I think I have it still in the box. And I thought these were pretty cool. I'll go ahead and open this one. They came out when The Force Awakens came out, but they had these like I don't know if deluxe is the right word, but they had these deluxe sets where they had extra stuff for the characters that wasn't in the movies. This is Finn from Force Awakens, and he comes with this thing, this outfit that was not in the movies. Oh, okay. I see it comes apart. Very interesting. Didn't do that on this, but once you take the helmet off, you can see Finn's in there, and very interesting. I didn't know it did that. It kind of came apart in two pieces before I think I took it off in one. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So anyway, I won't get too enamored by Finn, but that's what this is. A box full. I'd say, just looking, there's somewhere between 30 and 40 figures in there from the Force Awakens line. So, okay, got them back together. But yeah, he's like, it's. I don't think this was meant to be in the movie, but it's very similar to the cold weather gear that Han Solo wore in the Empire Strikes Back. So, but yeah, it's just a bunch of opened Force Awakens figures. So, and I was hoping out of this line, this set, I know I have it in the box. Like, yeah, see, they do other figures, and like, see, here's Darth Vader. And it's once you start, they start doing a line, they'll do figures outside that movie. And I'm just trying to see, I knew that there was a Boba Fett that I wanted. But anyway, definitely going with the 3 3/4 inch figures. So, alright. So. Alright, let's see. Do not fall down on stream. Okay. Alright. Okay, yeah, this is some stuff that I was getting at Five Below. They're the Hero Mashers, and I actually have some more of them back there. I got Darth Maul and Anakin. This is Ezra, but they're like I don't want to say like Legos, but they're the limbs and arms and everything come off of these figures, and you can mix and match them, as you can see with the art on the box. But this is Ezra, and you can see, no, his leg's not broken. It's just meant to be taken apart and snapped back together. But these were called Hero Mashers. And I don't think, when these came out, I don't think they did really well, so they ended up at Five Below, and you can see that's where I got them. But yeah, these ended up at Five Below for really cheap. But once I got one, I started hunting them down to try and complete the set, because here is General Grievous. And I will probably classify these in my other category. And I don't know that I pronounced this character's name right, but it's Plo Koon. It's him from but I love this artwork where they're mixing the characters up, but you can see he's got like cold weather gear, but yeah, you can mix and match them. We have Bossk from that line, the Hero Mashers. And I believe where I picked up every one of these was at Five Below. I don't even remember seeing these in the regular stores like Walmart and Target. We got Boba Fett. And this is actually a pretty cool one. It's actually a good little figure. I'd probably just put him in my collection normally with the rest of the Fett. Fett is just the figure that is, they just produce so much of it. He's in every line. So, and then here's a Kanan Jarrus. And these, it's hard to tell. They're over camera, I know, but these are probably about 6 inches tall. They're about a little bit bigger than a Black Series, what they feel like. And to be honest with you, I haven't opened one yet. And then I just got a duplicate of Ezra. So, and then, again, these were some Five Below pickups. And the same thing with these. For some reason, fans do not like these 12-inch figures. I don't know why so much. I kind of get it because they're simple and there's not a lot of articulation with them, but the few I have opened, I've really liked them. It's like having a 12-inch retro figure is what they remind me of. They do come with weapons. You can't see it, but he's got a blaster rifle wired to the side of the box there. But I think it's kind of their boxy look, how their arms are all to the side and stuff. But believe it or not, I actually really like these things. And I got more of them right up here. And I'm going to just go ahead and slide him in there. And all right, and then same thing. This is from Rogue One. It is a Death Trooper. So, but yeah, same thing. These guys back, haven't been in a Five Below in a while, but back when, Rise of Skywalker was out, these things were all over the place. I saw them at every store, and the shelves were always full. People will not buy them, so I don't totally understand that, but at the same time, I kind of get it. But all right, so we do have a box now organized to the point where it is all the same line, so that's good. All right, so and they make the boxes, they're different shapes, so you get or different sizes, so you get the big figure or the popular characters like a Grievous or a Fett, and you can see the difference in the box size. So, but yeah, Zed was one of the ones I can't remember if I found him or not. I don't think I did. I was always looking for Zed, but so he's one they made. Who else did they make? Anakin. I found Anakin, and I have a Darth Maul, and he comes with his little speeder bike that he had in the Phantom Menace. So, all right, excellent. Okay, so what is next? Okay. Did that one already. I think I know what's in that one. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So this is a lot more of the stuff that I opened all the way back in the 90s. This is a bunch of Power of the Force stuff, and I showed you guys last week how I had that box full of all the card backs. Well, it was just like the little data card that you would cut out, and it looks like a file card. And that was a mistake I made. I wish I had kept a lot more of them in the package, and I wish that I had actually kept the complete card backs, the ones I did open. But it's a lot of, and I gotta check this guy and see. All right. He still has batteries in him, which is a collector. You should know that's a mistake. Don't do that. Don't leave the batteries in him because they'll leak. But this is he had watch batteries. They're little tiny things, so I left them in there. But this was a little play set, and R2 has magnets on the bottom. And this is back from Power of the Force 2. And it doesn't work really well, but there's a little stick under here, and you're supposed to belt it. This is supposed to be the scene from A New Hope when he's going through the desert. And he should move, but I can't get him to work. Whoa, right now. But this is what's in here is a ton of play sets from back. I think this is actually a Phantom Menace release, and some of you guys might remember this thing. I've since lost the. This is a bucket of slime, and what you would do is, because when I did finally open it years later, the slime had hardened, and it was kind of gross. Excuse me. But I just kept the little cartridge because I since emptied it, because it kind of holds the figure together, and it's just Jabba, and what you would do is open the little tub, put it in there, or I can't remember, I don't think you would dump it in there, and then you would squeeze Jabba, and his mouth opens, and the goo it was like green slime. It would just ooze out of his mouth. So, but yeah, that was actually from the Phantom Menace. And yeah, there's another set, and yeah, I need to get into like doing storage with these, better storage with these. But this is a Emperor Palpatine that actually lit up. I believe they actually did call these deluxe figures, but you spin them on the rod and then you can move them back and forth. And I think, if I remember correctly, there was a button. I got so many lights in here, you're not gonna see it, but the lightning bolts would actually light up. There was something you pushed on them. But and then it came with the window. This is supposed to be the throne room for the Death Star. And so it was like a little setup like that. So, but yeah, these are all guys I opened. It's full of Power of the Force. I'm trying to see if there's anything really interesting. We got the Tauntaun from that line, and was it the? Yeah, that's you push the little sleeping bag, and his feet will run. And then there is a Luke with knee articulation that came with him that you can actually, if you guys are old enough to remember the Tauntaun from back in the 80s, this is a really nice one. It's detailed. You can see the fur. It's got the saddle. Luke actually sits on the saddle when you bend his knees. But if you remember back in the 80s, they actually just had a little trap door in here because the figures didn't have enough articulation to sit on the Tauntaun. You would literally just stick him in the trap door. It was like a little spring-loaded trap door, so the figure would sit on the Tauntaun, kind of like that. But I remember that from being a kid. All right, and then yeah, there's three of these in here. These are these guys that it's kind of like the Emperor. The lightsabers would light up, and they came with a little base that you could slide them back and forth on, but I believe these were deluxe figures too. I'm trying to remember the names, but there's an Obi-Wan that actually they put a green lightsaber on him, if I remember correctly, and then there's a Return of the Jedi Luke, and you could connect the two together and the two bases, and they would actually, bases are in here. Yeah, you put the figure on here. There's a little pin for his foot. Slide back and forth, and yeah, it was just you connected the other one here, and then they would duel. So, but that's what this is. This is all opened deluxe Power of the Force and a little bit of Phantom Menace stuff. But yeah, that's one of the bigger problems I have with my collection right now is just how to deal with things you've opened, and other than putting them back in storage. Do you guys have any suggestions? How do you store open figures, vehicles, deluxe sets like that? And I haven't really come up with any solution better than bubble wrap and sticking them in a box. But I'd like to come up with a better idea. So, all right, moving along. Okay, so I know what this one is. This is actually not one of the move boxes. This is actually my most recent pickups from the last, I'd say, probably since December. And to be completely honest with you guys, I haven't been buying as much just because of what me and my family are doing right now, as far as like we're moving and doing stuff with real estate, and so we're just being more careful with the money, so my collecting budget went down. But this was a Christmas gift actually from my parents. They bought this just on eBay, and it said vintage on it, so they bought it because they don't know any better. But it's a clone trooper set, 4 figures. Now they all have card backs, and I don't think the names are actually on the outer box, but it looks like they just took 4 vintage collection figures and stuck them in a box, and it's all clone troopers. And then on the back here they have I believe it's a big picture of the Clone Wars. So So yeah, it says Bad Batch on it, but these are not the Bad Batch characters in here. So, but a 4-pack vintage collection, Clone Troopers, and then these are kind of the line that's running at my Ollie's right now. If you are looking for Black Series for a decent price, some of the places I would suggest Ross, mostly around the holidays, Ollie's, and it's just getting harder. Not as many stores sell them as much anymore, but it's the Leia in her Bounty Hunter disguise archive. But there's a wave of about 5 or 6 characters in my Ollie's. I went in there and they literally had just stacked to the ceiling. They had tons of them, so I picked up the ones I didn't have. And here's another one from that same set, Dengar, from the archive collection. So that's one of my favorites. And then, yeah, this is from the same wave of archive. We got Emperor Palpatine. And the other ones they had, which I didn't pick up, was Han Solo from The Force Awakens. And I think they might have had Lando from Return of the Jedi. But, okay, so just because he's everywhere on everything, this was another Christmas gift from my parents, but it's a Grogu tablet or smartphone holder, and it's a little statue of Grogu, and you can't really tell because the box is kind of dark in the box, but it's like I'm trying to see if I got a picture of it. It just has this little clip thing on the side, and he's on a little pedestal, and he holds your smartphone. So it's about, I'd say it's probably about 8 to 10 inches tall. It's a pretty big little guy, but if you collect Star Wars right now, it's almost impossible to escape Grogu. And yeah, and this is one I bought myself at Dollar General, and mostly because I was curious what it looked like. And now that they're doing these windowless boxes, just out of curiosity, I think I paid like $3 for this thing. I was just curious what Grogu would look like. Now, they did have these a couple years back where the boxes were actually open, but there wasn't a window. The box was literally like half a box, and the figure was exposed and out in the open. And I have some of those, but not where I can find them. So, now these are really ice cube trays that I picked up, I believe, at Ross for $4, but this is Han Solo and Carbonite ice cube trays, and they're like rubber ones, the rubber ice cube trays. And then again, can't escape him, Grogu ice cubes, and it's just him in his little pod, different poses. And then last Black Series in here, we got Baze Malbus, and I picked him up. Same thing. This was a Ross find, $6 for this guy. So all about the budget collecting. And then, okay, those are all. I believe this was a gift from a family member, and it's actually a pretty interesting book. It's Star Wars 100 Objects, Illuminating Items from a Galaxy Far, Far Away. And this is what the book cover looks like. And what it was it's the props from the movie. So I believe this was the mural. I think this was on the office wall of Palpatine, but they actually have detailed photographs of props from the movie. There's the little necklace Anakin made. I think that was the girl who got blown up at the beginning, Corday. That's her robe from Attack of the Clones. But that's what the whole book is. It's just, oh my goodness, there's Rey's lightsaber from the end of the one that's on her staff. But it's just movie props, and it's just nice photographs of the movie props. but from all the movies. That's Finn's jacket. What is that? Captain Phasma's gauntlets. Yeah, so there's Leia's pistol. But yeah, this is a cool little book. 100 items from Star Wars. So I wonder if they got the ice cream maker in there. T-16 Skyhopper. Luke's toys. Alright, so I do have a small book collection. That's where this is going to go. And that, literally right now, on the other side of me, there's a wall. And I have a shelf, probably about 4 feet long. It's completely filled with books. And then that shelf is completely buried with boxes. Because that's part of the reason I'm doing this. I can't even get to my books. So these were some Ross pickups, and this is one of the tips I'll give you guys for collecting. I got 2 Ahsoka's vintage collection from The Mandalorian. It just says Ahsoka Tana Corvus, and it is the Rosario Dawson version of her, and it looks like Rosario Dawson. One of the tips I'll give you guys, if you're looking for good deals on figures, you have to wait till about late September till October and start going to Ross, Five Below, Burlington Coat Factory, Tuesday morning. They're starting to get ready for Christmas. And if you've ever worked retail, you realize that it's about October, the stores start prepping for Christmas. And so they start shipping all the toys, the discount toys they got. They start shipping them to the stores so parents will come in and buy them. But if you get in there and look, they will get a lot. One of my cameras is giving me a message. Okay. Alright, so one of my streams is over on the other channel. So, but anyway. But yeah, we got Mandalorian, Rosario Dawson figures, and I got these guys for $3.99 each at Ross. And then Anakin Skywalker Padawan from Attack of the Clones, same thing. Picked this guy up at Ross for $3.99. And then the final thing we're gonna look at today, and then we're gonna call it a stream, is Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show. So it is Ewan McGregor, and you can see he's got the little Leia's little droid in there. He's got a blaster. Oh, there's 2 versions of the droid. So he's got a blaster, lightsaber with the blade, lightsaber without the blade, and then another version of the droid, the little mini droid that comes with a stand. So, but that's it, guys. That was like 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes I think we went through. So we're making a dent in it. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream. I hope you check out some of my review videos. If you're into Star Wars collecting, whether it's toys or merchandise or books, that's just the kind of stuff we're going to talk about on the channel. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, stop by, check out the channel, watch some of the videos. I hope you like it. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We could really appreciate your help. And again, like everybody says, helps the channel out. And we would really, really appreciate your help. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end this right now. Call it a night, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi, everyone. It's saying hi in the chat. I see you. But I'm calling it a good night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you sending a little chat and everything. Thanks, guys. And we'll talk to you guys later.